So even though he knew he might be overreacting a little bit to this, he called the police and said, hey, you gotta come down here and look at this. But when Sam walked into his office, he noticed there was something sitting right in the middle of his desk that had not been there the night before. So Sam, he walks up and he sees it is a paper towel, but there's a note scrawled on this paper towel, sort of like hectic, chaotic handwriting, like somebody was in a rush writing this note. And clearly they've left this note for him. So he sits down at his desk and he begins to read the note, and it's totally upsetting. The note referenced the recent murder of this 15-year-old girl named Leslie Gaddis, who had been killed not far from the church in Memphis, Tennessee. So he's seeing that the note is referencing this girl, but more than that, the note insinuated that there was something in the church's attic that would change everybody's understanding of this murder case. So Sam's like, is this a prank? But at the same time, Sam's thinking that if this note is true, that there is some horrible thing or some clue or evidence up in the attic that might be useful to police about this case, like he had a responsibility to share it with the authorities. So even though he knew he might be overreacting a little bit to this, he called the police and said, hey, you gotta come down here and look at this. And so sure enough, later that day, police showed up to the church, they met with Sam, they read the note, and they went into the attic. And they searched it extensively, but they didn't find anything connected to the Leslie Gaddis murder case. So the police told Sam that, look, your first instinct was probably right here, that this was likely a prank. So the police left, and Sam is just left in his office thinking like, what do I do here? But it really started to seem like, somebody was up to something, or multiple people were. He just wanted to understand why. Like, why is this happening?